Hi, it's me again. Just going to do another science experiment that you might be able to try at home. So it's recreating the water cycle in your kitchen. Let's have a go. These are the items that you are going to need to recreate your water cycle. We have cling film, an empty container, a cup that can fit into your container without going over the top of your container, a stone so you can weight down your cup, and some ice cubes. So step one to creating our water cycle, we're going to pretend that this container is the Earth's ozone layer. Okay, this is the Earth. We're going to put the Earth inside its ozone layer. Okay, we're going to put a stone in the cup just to keep the cup weighted down because it is a plastic cup and it might move around otherwise. So we're going to put that in there, in the centre of our ozone layer. There's our Earth in there. Okay, what we need to do next is boil the kettle. So you might need an adult to help you with this part. Okay, so we're boiling the kettle to get some really, really hot water. So you're boiling water for this experiment. So you will need an adult to help you with this part. Waiting for my kettle to boil, I have measured out some cling film, and so it fits over the top of our container. So remember, our container is our ozone layer. We've got our Earth, which is our cup, inside, weighted down with a stone so it doesn't move. I now have my boiling water ready. So you're going to need an adult to help you here. Very, very dangerous, so make sure somebody helps you with this. We are going to pour the boiling hot water into and around the cup. So we're not going to put it in the cup, we're going to put it around the cup to fill up our ozone layer. That is like our sea. Okay, so we're filling that up. Okay, now what we need to do is put the cling film over the top. I have carefully wrapped my cling film so it's really nice and tight over the top of the container. There's nowhere the air can get in. Okay, so we've created an airtight vacuum inside. Okay, we've got our Earth in the middle, we've got our sea around the outside. Now we need to take our ice, we've got some ice cubes, we need one or two, and you're going to place those over the top of the cup. Okay, so I'm putting them over the top of where the cup is. I'm going to use 3. Put them over the top there. Okay, so what we've got here is our sea, which is our boiling hot water. We've got our ozone layer around the outside of the Earth, which is our cling film. And what the ozone layer does is keep the heat from the sun inside the Earth's atmosphere. So what that does, that has an effect on the sea. So the sun will heat the sea up. The sea will then turn into water vapour. So the liquid turns into a gas, into water vapour, and the water vapour rises. So in our container we should start to see, which we can, some tiny bubbles forming on the top of our ozone layer. These are like clouds. The clouds are forming on the top, okay, at the top of the sky. So we can see the clouds forming on the top. We've got the water vapour evaporating from the sea, coming up to the top of the ozone layer, creating the clouds. When the clouds are created, the top of the ozone layer in space is really cold. So we've got our ice cubes creating the cold temperatures from outside the ozone layer. That and all the water vapour coming up creates the clouds to become really heavy. The clouds become really, really heavy with all the water vapour, and we start seeing rain. So we've got our evaporation from the sea because of the heat, and then because the clouds get really heavy with all that water vapour, all that gas, the gas turns back into liquid and then becomes rain, and that process is called precipitation. So we've got evaporation and precipitation happening in our water cycle. I don't know if you can see, the ice is melting on the top, but that's not going into my cup because the cling film is tight across and there's no holes. Actually, I can see that there's some drops going into my cup from inside the cling film. So that water is coming from the water vapour that has evaporated from the sea turned into gas, created our clouds, and then there's so much there, it's got so heavy that it's actually fallen back down to Earth when we see rain, and that is called precipitation. Okay, so I left my science experiment. I left it alone for, I don't know, about 20 minutes or so. All my ice has melted. There's lots and lots of condensation on the top here. And now is the moment of truth. We're going to see how much rain we've caused by looking to see if there is any water in the cup. So I'm going to carefully peel back my clean film, making sure that none of the water that's on the top falls into my cup, because that would ruin the experiment. Okay, making sure that that goes over that side. There may be some steam still coming out if your water is still hot, so be very careful not to touch the water that's inside the container. I'm going to lift the cup out, and I should see, hopefully, some water inside my cup. I'm just going to take the stone out as well, and I have a wet stone and I have some water inside. Now, the only way that water could have got into my cup was by travelling up to the clean film as water vapour and then back down into the cup through precipitation. So I've actually made it rain inside the container. So we have lots of water in there. You could measure this water, see how many millilitres of water you created. Okay, so one last time I'm going to show you the water that I created through the water cycle. I'm going to tip that back out. All of that water came from the evaporation, the water vapour travelled up to the top of the clean film and then rained back into the cup. I hope you have fun creating your own water cycles. I'd love to see how much water you can make rain inside your cup.